one thing I've been thinking about recently, right, is I find my brain is really good at making excuses, and it's much better at making excuses for not doing something than for actually doing something. And this is one thing when I had all those sort of social anxieties, I'd really get stuck in my head, and I'd sort of be thinking, I'd be on the bus to university, and like a cute girl would sit next to me, and just the small interactions, like she'd maybe brush your leg against yours, which is sort of an indication like, oh, maybe she wants to talk. Maybe, at least she's comfortable being close to me. But I'd get in my head and be like, oh, you should talk to her. But then the other sort of side of my head was, no, like, oh, she's, that was accidental. You're going to say something stupid. And then, everyone's going to look, everyone's going to notice, she's going to laugh at you, people are going to take photos, post you on the internet, like, oh, look at this creep trying to, talk to this girl, which obviously is insane. Like, you think about it, that's just crazy. So one thing I've actually started to do is I call it making myself dumb. I will purposefully use my rational brain to think, okay, I've been doing some research recently, and deep breathing, I think, has a lot of benefits to being able to sort of like control your immune system to a way, just oxygenate your blood. Like, it has carry-on effects, and it's also a type of mental focus. But one thing I started doing was I'd get bored in it and I'd start experimenting. So I'd like, oh, maybe if I try hyperventilating, or maybe if I try, breathing through the nose and one side. And then I'd come up with all these reasons for like doing different things, which is taking me away from what I'm actually trying to be doing, which is, focusing on one set of standard breathing procedures. So one thing I try to do nowadays, which sort of ties in with discipline, is I'll set aside some time. So I'll say like next day, 10 a.m., I'm going to do this thing for half an hour. And then, when it's coming to like 9:50, 9:55, and those reasons in my head are starting to occur of why I shouldn't do something, that's when I don't know what it is. I can't really take credit for it, but it's almost like I just think to myself like, nah, be dumb. Sort of don't think about it, just do it. And that's the best way I suppose I can express of making that discipline. It's stopping those other thoughts in your brain, which allow you to rationalize your way out of doing something that is good. It's so insane that the brain can do this, but we're all human, we're all mere mortals, and that's what happens.